While you are in Bangladesh, I'm sure you have familiarized yourself with the country. While you're going through your preparations, your studies for the coursework that you are doing, which is a routine thing, anywhere you go, you'll go through that with great dedication and commitment. But you are lucky being here in Bangladesh at a time when Bangladesh was going through a tremendous transformation, which we repeatedly mentioned that we are moving to a new Bangladesh. You didn't have to pay a fee for that. We gave you free. See that, immerse yourself the process by which we have gone through an uprising. People's uprising, young people's uprising. I think that's the great memory you will take with you. What happens to a country when young people rise up and offer their blood very coolly, stand up against bullets for the things they feel important in their life, in the nation's life. They have done it, and in the process, the regime has to come to an end, and an emergence of a new country with hopes and aspirations anybody in the world would like to have. These are not just Bangladeshi aspirations. It's a global aspiration. Human aspirations to make things happen in their life. I hope you have absorbed that while you are going through this coursework. Because this is something you will not get anywhere or any other time, even in Bangladesh. You are just lucky to be here. And also, not only our foreign students, also Bangladeshi students, for them to see and imagine what happens next, what role I would have played if I was there. Because you belong to armed services, what role you play as a part of the armed services. One is a student from the university, it's understood. They are free, they can do anything. But armed forces can't do anything they want. They are a disciplined force, discipline of highest order. What does an officer in army do in a situation of uprising? I'm sure you have debated about it, discussed about it, and talked to each other about it. For you as a student, as observer is one thing. Those who are actually on the job in the army, watching this happen, what do they do? Do they join the students? Do they join the government? They fall apart in deciding where should they stand. Bangladesh is a lucky country. All the armed forces, the entire rank and file, under the leadership of their leaders, stay committed to the people. As a result, it came to an end very quickly. Ending is one thing. Ending doesn't solve everything. It creates new problems to settling down. What role army plays in it? You are torn apart in debating, discussing, mulling over the whole thing. What do you do? Every day is a new situation. But lucky for Bangladesh, their armed forces stood together all the way. And that's why we could move forward with the implementation, all the aspirations and hopes of the nation. Because their armed forces stood behind them. So I want to thank the armed forces of Bangladesh and their leaders for making this very quick decisions to stay with the people. Can we give a big applause for our army and all their leaders and all the rank and file, every single person who is serving in the army, and all the armed forces and the police forces. It's not easy. It's an extremely difficult thing to do. Because your slightest mistake can blow away everything. You are torn apart, whether you're doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing. And there are so many advisors freely available. Everybody saying this way, that way. When Bangladesh armed forces stood firm, interim government decided to continue to bring law and order with the support from the police and armed forces. It was not easy either. When we committed ourselves to undertake a big agenda, interim government, of reform, the simple thing said, we are not going back to where we are coming from. Then it's useless for all this bloodshed and the sacrifices of life and the limbs. Families losing their sons and their daughters, or getting maimed. Unless we build the country of our dream. So that was the process of reform. So we undertook a big project of reform. We know what to do. Reform is one thing, but to know what exactly which has to be done so that you don't make mistakes again. Then the question of trial. Those who have done this terrible thing to us must be brought to the justice. So they were brought to the justice. Then the election. So now the time for election, we are looking forward to it. And we announced the date for February, first half of February. Again, we need the support from our armed forces, from our police and law enforcing agencies, all types. Because it is a big undertaking coming from an uprising, moving to an election, which is a very, very peaceful kind of celebration, mood of happiness and being together, still expressing their own desires and aspirations. So this is the task. I'm narrating all this because you've got all these things as you are here, those who are from other countries. This experience you will carry with you. And also I hope the students who are attending the courses here also analyze what's happening. And keep in mind how to decide on your role, what you would have done in a situation like that. So again, this is a great learning process. This institution, this time, you are lucky to have all this in one go. I congratulate you for that. I hope all our nations will pursue the path so that the desires of the people are reflected in the work of their governments. I thank you for giving me this opportunity to be with you.